The sedition trial, it has been something else. This January 6th probe, the conviction of the Oath Keepers founder, Stewart Rhodes, and another leader in the far right extremist group. It showed that jurors are willing to hold accountable not just the rioters who stormed the U.S. Capitol, but those who schemed, those who tried to subvert the 2020 election. And the verdict came this week. Now, it was not a total win for the Justice Department, but it does give them some momentum. The investigators, they got to win some wind under their sails. It's a wind under their sails. So the fact that they got 2 convictions for seditious conspiracy gives the Department of Justice some confidence that they can pursue some of the higher ups and charge seditious conspiracy as well, because certainly a DC jury accepted it. Yeah, it's definitely something that is possible now. Seditious conspiracy. Stewart Rhodes, pictured here, is the founder of the Oath Keepers. Now, he did not storm the Capitol, but he was instrumental in the storming of the Capitol. Oh, there's so much going on. So much going on. Now, there are many more to go. Many more trials. Not all of the trials are done, but Stewart Rhodes, founder of this far-right group, the Oath Keepers, found guilty of seditious conspiracy and other offenses in connection with the January 6th attack on the Capitol. So in D.C., they convicted Rhodes of obstructing an official proceeding and tampering with documents. He was acquitted on 2 other conspiracy counts. Now, as I said, he did not enter the Capitol during the riot, but instead stood outside like he was the battlefield general. He was surveying the troops, the prosecutor said. All 5 defendants in this case were charged with seditious conspiracy, but only one, in addition to Rhodes, Kelly Meigs, was found guilty. The 3 other defendants, Jessica Watkins, Kenneth Harrelson, Thomas Caldwell, were acquitted on that central charge. But Stewart Rhodes, no. Jurors returned their verdict after nearly 3 full days of deliberations. As the foreperson read the verdict aloud, Rhodes jerked his head down and scribbled a note to himself. Watkins nodded when she was found not guilty of seditious conspiracy, and Caldwell closed his eyes several times. U.S. Capitol Officer Harry Dunn, who testified during the trial, sat in the front row of the jury verdict, sat on the front row. He looked emotional and let out a long sigh after the jury filed out of the courtroom. The prosecution of the Oath Keepers leader and his co-defendants is the most consequential January 6th case yet to have gone to trial. The prosecutors accused the 5 of plotting to prevent, by any means necessary, including force, the peaceful transfer of presidential power to Joe Biden. Rhodes and the other Oath Keepers were the first January 6th defendants to go to trial on seditious conspiracy charges. 2 more seditious conspiracy charges, one involving more Oath Keepers, and the other group, the Proud Boys, are set to start in the coming weeks. But right now, in this trial, the government called more than 24 witnesses, including FBI agents, U.S. Capitol Police officers, and 2 Oath Keepers who stormed the Capitol on January 6th, and they pleaded guilty to conspiracy. So the communications were damning. In many of those communications, Rhodes and his co-defendants spoke, in code. Sometimes, speaking about terms of violence, civil war, the need to fight to keep Donald Trump in power. Oh yeah, they was on one. One of those messages prosecutors cited in their closing argument. Rhodes told his followers days after the 2020 presidential election, "We are not getting through this without a civil war. Prepare your mind, body, and spirit." Why and how did these right-wingers allow themselves to get to this point? Why and how? I mean, they got text messages, they got recordings. People talking crazy. Just because your candidate lost the election? Are you kidding me? The defense case, the attorneys for these January 6th insurrectionists, they tried to push back on various aspects of the government case. They tried. Not successfully, clearly. They said that the Oath Keepers were there to provide security for the pro-Trump speakers and VIPs. That might have been true, but you did, and you were there to do so much more. The defense also had testimony from witnesses, including 2 Oath Keepers who pleaded guilty and cooperated with the government, that there was no plan to storm the Capitol. Yeah, they tried to sell that bill of goods. They also said that Rhodes never ordered them to enter the building. But the government pointed to testimony from cooperating witnesses who said that there was an implicit understanding, an unspoken agreement that the Oath Keepers reached to do whatever was necessary to prevent Joe Biden from taking office. So there was a lot. There was a whole lot. Outside the courtroom, attorney for Rhodes said that Rhodes shared handwritten notes with instructions on things to do next, preparing the likely appeal. So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, yeah, of course they're going to try to appeal. I think that that goes without saying. The wheels of justice turn very, very slowly. Very, very slowly. Are we going to get some type of justice in this case? Is there going to be true accountability for the person who's set to gain the most from this stuff? Former President Donald Trump. I mean, that's who was set to gain the most. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, of course. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. My name is Dom K. We're going to do this. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with more of the show.